Hello, people. We're still talking about, I guess you can call it Black history. You can call it politics. You can call it a mixture of both. There are so many of us as Black people, especially the sisters, who already knew what this presidency would do. One of the things that amazes me the most, and I think disappoints me, and for some of you, if you're honest, it disappoints you too, and it's kind of scary. One of the things that's scary is that there were so many people willing and ready to vote for him because they refused to vote for a black woman, a black Asian woman. Let's start. First of all, a woman, period. Then she was black, and then she was black and Asian. Not only that, there were so many of you that thought, what's the worst that can happen? He can get rid of, deport all of the immigrants, the people coming over from Mexico that are not legal, and then things that will happen to anybody other than me. And what begins to happen? The first thing is that you start seeing a lot of people who do not look like me lose their job. What scares me more than the man you guys voted for is how some of you were fine knowing and thinking that it wasn't going to hit you and that you were going to be okay. That's creepy because black people went out in droves to vote for Kamala, not because she was black and we thought it was going to help us. One thing we know is that anything that comes down the line, because of where we are still fighting to catch up. The crazy part is that so many people that, you look at DEI, we are still behind. You've got to really work to try to hit us because we haven't been able to come up. We're still fighting everywhere you look. Yeah, they've had all this inclusion stuff and they say it, but it's in words only. And they've been getting government funds for inclusion that they haven't really been including us. We have not benefited from DEI nearly as much as everybody thought. And when you start to look at the people losing their jobs and you're looking like, oh, wait a minute. One of the things that I am always proud of Black America is that we are the only culture that doesn't have a drug cartel. There is nobody holding anything over their heads and over the government or anything. That's why it's so easy. We're diverse. We're pulling ourselves up by our bootstraps. Now we just need to turn around and as we pull up, plant back into us. But one of the things about us is that we have never been just all about us. We're always thinking about other people, even when they were talking about deporting immigrants. And some people, it just, let me tell you something, Hispanics, Mexican, whatever. When you all act brand new and look down at us as black people, I can't tell you how mad that makes me because I'm like, you're over here on our backs. We paved the way. But not only that, there were many of us that went out and voted because we understood that number one, however you came over here, you're still a person, you're still human. There's a human aspect. And as people who have been dehumanized for centuries, and we're still dehumanized, and even immigrants that come over that are able to benefit off of our pain still treat us inhuman, but we still go to bat for you. That's why Iranians, Palestinians, all of you will go move into our neighborhoods and run a business because it's easy for you to get a business. You buy money from home. You got your cartels that support you. Then our government gives you money and you set up camp in our neighborhoods and look down at us and sell to us. I said it once and I will say it again and I will scream it from the mountaintop. George Floyd is dead because the guy that everybody say he's a sweet guy, he's been in our neighborhood. He has a business in your neighborhood, but he wasn't a part of the neighborhood. That's why the police came so quickly. George Floyd is dead over a $20 bill that at most was a misdemeanor and really not a crime because he did not even get the beer he was trying to pay for. If you look at George Floyd, you know that he probably was not the person who even knew the bill was counterfeit. And we still don't know if the $20 bill was counterfeit or not. But the guy that ran the business in the neighborhood, the one that made the phone call, the one that called immediately, thought that that was something you call the police for. That is at best a police report. Not something that you come, it was not like he was robbing the place. But yet, you guys come over, sit in our neighborhood, and we support you. And we'll stand up for you. Oh, he's a good guy. Don't do. That's always been us. I know we are always dehumanized and made to be like we are crooks and creeps and always trying to fight. That's not even who we are. Never has been us, not as a collective. Now, within any culture, any ethnicity, any race, there are good and bad people. I will never say that we are all good, but our general makeup as a black people is about inclusion, support, and love. You, a person marry outside their race, you marry a black person, the first family that's going to embrace you would be the black side. Put it to the test. I told you we're going to be Black 365. We're going to have some real discussions. My point is that some people thought, a lot of Americans thought, and they had no problem voting as long as they thought it wasn't going to affect them. And I don't know when America's going to realize you cannot target any group of people without hitting yourself. If you want to target somebody because they are poor, you're going to hit yourself. You need people to do those jobs that you don't want to do with rich people. We are all affected when we try to hurt one another. And if we don't ever learn that, that's when America will be great, is when America learns that. When you're not trying to desperately seek out and destroy one group of people, whether it be by their economic status, their race, ethnicity, gender, whatever. When you purposely try to destroy one, you can't do it without destroying us and affecting us all. Yeah, that part. We're all connected. We all need each other. And when you try to destroy one, oh yeah, you'll destroy all. Candid with Kim.